Oh,
Welcome to Module 5 of the Last Mile Distribution Playbook, Sales and Sales Agents. In this video, we will have two presenters. My name is Greg Starbird, and you will also hear from Neil Harrison. In this module, you will decide who your sales agents will be. You will outline the process by which your enterprise will sell products to your typical customers, including any after-sales service. And you will begin planning how you will build your sales network. The visual introduction in this module takes all the content of this module and portrays a whole sales picture for a last-mile distribution enterprise. Starting on the top half of this diagram on the middle icon, you see the yellow circle around Attract Sales Agents. Moving over one icon to the right, the enterprise trains its sales agents. The next icon to the right represents the enterprise equipping and financing sales agents with inventory and technology to make and track sales. Continuing clockwise around the flowchart, we begin the bottom half of the chart, which represents the sales process itself. So, agents travel into communities to bring products to customers or operate from a kiosk or store in a local community. Agents make sales to customers, including defining what after-sales service comes with purchase. Agents collect money for each sale. Agents report sales back to the head office, often via a smartphone. Agents come back to the main office and return the remaining product. Continuing clockwise, the enterprise pays agents for their work, possibly in the form of commission for products the agents have sold. And finally, for a last-mile distribution enterprise to succeed, not only do agents need to make sales, they need to stay on board rather than quitting. So the last icon here refers to the need to retain agents. So now, stepping back from the individual icons, notice that the bottom 5 icons refer to the sales process. These are things that sales agents themselves do. The top 5 icons are things that the enterprise does to build and support the sales network. After defining who your sales agents are, we'll give you an overview of each of these groups of 5 icons in turn. Be sure to review the slide deck and notes for more in-depth examples, tips, and commentary. Originating enterprises unanimously underscore the importance of sales agents. Sales agents represent your brand and enterprise. They directly interface with your customers. They cost you money to train and monitor. They often borrow your products to sell them, also known as consignment. And they provide crucial insights towards growing your business. The profiles of sales agents differ by enterprise and context. We've included several examples, and we'll read just one here from Solar Sister. Solar Sister's sales agents are typically around 40 years old, female, 70% of them are married, they live in households of 6 to 7 people, and they typically work from home, doing some other sort of work which depends on the country, teaching, farming, selling tomatoes, etc. So, who are your sales agents? Make sure they are sufficiently available so you can build a large network, savvy and versatile in places where their customers live, motivated to sell even when no one is watching. This is perhaps the most important personal characteristic of a successful sales agent. And finally, make sure your sales agents are consistent with your mission. For example, if your mission is not only to distribute products, but to do so by empowering a certain category of person, such as a female agent, make sure you choose sales agents that make sense for this mission. Over to you, Neil, to talk about the sales process.
thanks, Greg. So the sales process, what is the process by which your agents will sell products to your typical customers, including any after-sales service? Your sales agents will travel to customers, make sales, collect money, report sales, and revisit the office. We'll take each of these topics in turn, each with its own slide, but be sure to review the slide deck and notes for more in-depth examples, tips, and commentary. So firstly, how will your sales agents travel to and from customers? Will they do it by bus, by foot, or maybe they don't travel, they operate from a kiosk or store? Be sure to review the full script and slide notes for tips about related questions on topics such as territories, travel costs, and site selection. Secondly, how will your sales agents pitch products and make sales? Don't assume agents will naturally know how to sell your products. You will need to train agents on successfully approaching customers. Importantly, people want to buy benefits, not features. For example, people want to buy a product that reduces smoke in their house. This is a benefit of a product with features such as a metallic coil, a USB charging cable, etc. Enthusiasm is attractive. The best salesperson is someone genuinely enthusiastic about the products. And even if you have the same products as nearby supermarkets or retailers, you can distinguish your enterprise by offering warranties and honoring them promptly. A related question is, what after-sales service will you provide? An example of after-sales service is SimuSolar. So SimuSolar has observed that sometimes the product they distribute change customers' lives enough that those customers need additional assistance or input of some sort. So for example, they have an agronomist to tell customers when to water now that they have an irrigation pump. So thirdly, how will your sales agents collect money? Converting a pitch to a sale without delay is very important. Successful last mile distribution companies give their customers options to immediately act on their desire for their products. So this can include upfront cash, mobile money, or pay-go or other financing customer purchases. A related question is, if you need to deliver the product later or at financing the purchase the customer is making, what will you provide the customer so he or she trusts the product will indeed be delivered, like a receipt or something else? Next, how will your sales agents report sales? What will you monitor? So you will want to track the following, preferably with a low-cost technology system: the number of products sold, the date, time, place of sale, customer info such as gender and age, and payments collected. So you can keep an eye on progress with customer financing plans like PayGo. Lastly, when and why will your sales agents revisit your office? This will complete the sales circle. The sales agent has gone out with the products, has sold some products, and is now coming back to the office. As you can see, originators vary in their approach to this, mandating that agents return to the office to be trained periodically or to be paid at the end of the month. So this completes our review of your 5-step sales process. We'll now review the 5-step process of building your sales network. Over to you, Greg.
To build and sustain your sales network, you will attract sales agents, train new agents, equip and finance agents, retain agents, and pay agents. Like with your sales process, we'll take each of these topics in turn with its own slide. So first, attracting and recruiting sales agents. LMD enterprises attract and recruit sales agents in various ways: through partner organizations interested to place newly trained people, through targeted recruitment campaigns, for example, Livelihoods points intensive staff attention to geographically focused recruitment campaigns, and by harvesting candidates generated by word of mouth. So, how will you attract and recruit sales agents? Here are some tips. In your early stages, we recommend depending on targeted recruitment campaigns and potentially on partner organizations who can feed your pipeline of candidates. We also recommend setting quantified targets for how many trainees become sales agents and how many sales agents account for 80% of your sales. Next, training sales agents. LMD Enterprises train sales agents in various ways. By onboarding those agents into the enterprise's specific system, by training agents on sales skills, especially for specific products, and lastly, by providing agents with more basic training, which can include literacy, numeracy, clocking in and out, and other basic job skills. So here are some tips on training your sales agents. Equip agents to start conversations with customers, respond to customer inquiries, etc. Next, use role-playing, shadowing, and other experiential learning. For example, you can have new agents follow successful sales agents for a day or two to get the hang of how a successful agent operates. Next, foster a can-do, energetic environment. It's good to rally agents towards shared goals. Pay attention to data from agents. Reward exceptional performance. And lastly, tailor your training to the specific context in question. For example, here's a quote from SimuSolar. Even though most of our residential clients had farms or were in farming communities, selling to farmers was a different sale. The way you sell is quite different. Next, equipping and financing sales agents. LMD Enterprises equip and finance sales agents in various ways. For example, they provide agents with promotional materials and demo products, with smartphones to report sales, and with financing for agents to sell products on consignment. Now, when deciding on how you will equip and finance your sales agents, here are some tips. First, stay abreast of local laws and taxes. Next, beware of incremental costs you are incurring, such as printing brochures or providing branded uniforms to your agents. Lastly, mitigate risks when lending products or equipment to agents. For example, if you provide phones to agents to track products, ensure you only give them to agents with a track record of returning valuable unsold products. The next topic in building your sales network is contracting and paying sales agents. LMD Enterprises compensate sales agents via sales-based commissions with some variations. We've put some examples here from originators. I will read two of them. Pollinate Energy provides career opportunities for successful agents, such as becoming part of telecenters, helping service products after they are sold, and mentoring other agents. Another example is SimuSolar, which pays agents not only for quantity of sales, but for quality of sales, as you'll see on the next slide. So sticking with the SimuSolar example, SimuSolar sells high-value items and has observed that commission-only sales can lead to inappropriate transactions. Therefore, SimuSolar maximizes the quality of customers by equipping each sales agent to manage a portfolio of customers, rather than only to complete as many transactions as possible. So, how will you contract and pay sales agents? Here are some tips. Most sales agents are heavily motivated by money. We encourage you to write down approximate figures for how much income an average sales agent will find attractive. Next, we encourage you to consider public targets for sales agents, with all agents learning how agents and branches are performing against these targets. Next, your contract with each agent will likely include a mix of commissions, bonuses, and possibly base salary. Finally, make sure your contracts allow you to easily terminate sales agents who are not hitting targets. Check with a local lawyer about this. The last topic in building a sales network is retaining sales agents. LMD enterprises unanimously tell us that retaining sales agents can be hard. To boost retention, LMD enterprises know their agents personally, create opportunities for further career growth of their agents, involve sales agents in innovations, and highlight successful agents to their peers. So, how will you retain sales agents? Here are some tips. Don't assume all agents have the same dreams. Focus on the best performing sales agents. Your best agents are the ones you most want to retain. Last, equip your staff to handle agents' requests for special treatment. For example, requests to skip meetings or to receive an advance on their salary. Back to you, Neil.
Thanks, Greg. So all of the prompts in this module are on this slide for your convenience. Let's go to the next slide to talk about your roadmap outputs. So use the worksheets on the next 3 slides to create the following roadmap outputs. The profile of your sales agents, the outline of your sales process, and finally, the outline of how you will build your sales network. So the go do it for this module. We've included this valuable report from MIT. It's called Best Practices in Door-to-Door Distribution. Just read this and discuss the implications on your enterprise with your mentor. And we've also provided extra resources. So as you contemplate sales and sales agents, we recommend watching these Miller Center videos on marketing on the 5 Ps: product, price, promotion, place, and partnership. So in Module 4, you were prompted to define your typical customer. Now that you've defined your sales agent, sales process, and sales agents in Module 5, revisit Module 4 and make sure that what you're planning makes sense. Is it realistic to reach the customers you defined in Module 4 using the sales process and sales agents you defined in Module 5? Is there a better way? Discuss with your mentor. So this concludes Module 5 of the Last Mile Distribution Playbook, Sales and Sales Agents. Thank you.